Well, hello there, YouTube. Non-Nomad here, coming to you from my 2017 Roadtrek Popular 190. I'm just sitting in the back here watching the Fox Weather Channel here about the storms that are predicted to hit the upper Midwest tomorrow and Monday. It looks pretty severe, so a little bit concerned about that. Luckily, both of our cars sit inside the garage, so if we get hail, they should be okay. But the Roadtrek sits outside. I don't have a cover for it, so I'm a little bit concerned about that. So cross our fingers, we won't get anything too severe, and especially no hail or very little hail. Cross our fingers. So anyways, yeah, I'm just kind of sitting back here. I wanted to show people what we do when we go traveling, and what we use for window shades and everything. We use, for our windows, we use Reflectix like a lot of van lifers do, but I added a little bit of a twist in that I glued on some fabric material, just some basic gray fabric material to kind of match the interior cloth material here. Just give it a little bit more of a homey look to it, and it works really well. The thing about Roadtreks is that they do come with these factory curtains, and you can you know, pull them across here. They come across here, and there's little snaps, and they snap in like that. And at night, they work really, really well. But during the day, if you want this really dark and you want to kind of keep the sunlight out of the van, it's nice to use the Reflectix. And so that's what we do. So if we're trying to keep the van cool during the day, and we're at a campground, or we're camped out for the day, we'll go ahead and we'll use the Reflectix. So this stuff is very inexpensive. I just cut it to the shape of the window, and you know, you just stick it up there. It fits by friction like that. And the nice thing about this is, or the nice thing that I like, what I did, is that I made a little pocket behind the bed here that the Reflectix all fit into. So it goes in the pocket when we don't use it, and pull it out of the pocket when we need it. So you don't have a bunch of clutter sitting around. You just fold it up, put it back in here, in there, and like I said, that's where it goes. That's where it fits. So there's no clutter laying around on the counter or the back seats or anything like that, which is kind of nice. The other thing we do to kind of monitor or to control the temperature inside the van is we use the Fantastic fan that came with the van. And the Fantastic fan is really popular venting system for a lot of these RVs, especially these Class B vans. And what we normally do, if we're not going to run the air conditioner, and in fact I should point that out, I even made a cover for the air conditioner, primarily for cool nights, to kind of keep the warm air inside the van. So I did the same thing there, and I just cover that up like that. It sticks on here with Velcro, and there goes my neighbor Mike. I don't know what he's up to. Anyways, this sits back in here, and again, we can take that off if we need to use the heat pump up here, or the air conditioner if we're plugged in, or running the generator. Getting back to the Fantastic fan. So the Fantastic fan has a remote, and basically I just hit this power button here, the manual power button, and it'll come on and it'll start venting, and it ends up at it starts off on the highest speed, but you can adjust the fan speed down a little bit by pushing either an up or down button like that. So if we're sleeping at night, we're not using the air conditioner, we're using the fan at night, and it's a little bit too loud or not venting fast enough, we can always adjust it back here on the bed. Once this seat goes down, this becomes a bed, and we have the remote in a little compartment right back in there. I can just grab this, I can adjust the speed and adjust it that way. So that's pretty cool. The other nice thing about this is that the fan does have a rain sensor on it, so if perchance it starts storming or it starts raining, it will automatically shut the lid and shut off, which is kind of cool. It's a nice feature, like if you're, you know, you're camped out someplace and you're away from the van and a storm comes through and it starts raining and you have the vent open, it will automatically close on its own once, you know, once one of the raindrops hits a little rain sensor up on top, it'll just close. So that's pretty cool. That's a nice feature to have. I'll go ahead and I'll close that right now. Actually, I was going to do one other thing here. Let me turn this back on. Here we go. Let's open that up again. I was going to point out one other feature on this system is that in the back of the van here we have two awning windows. And so what you can do, you can crank this open when the fan is on and you instantly feel the air just being sucked right in. So that's kind of nice. I feel the breeze right now. It's coming through really nice. And that's cool. We do have a screen package in the back, so you could even do that in the back. You could, and I did make this so you can open these. So you could open the back windows. You could open the back windows, have the screen up, and not worry about bugs getting sucked inside the van or anything like that. So you've got a lot of airflow coming up from the back of the van when you're sleeping back here. So that's pretty cool. That works out really, really well. From the factory, these are kind of screwed shut because they don't want people, I know they're concerned about people opening these up when you're driving and getting exhaust fumes in here, but as long as you realize that you got to keep these closed when you're driving or anytime the van is running, you got to keep these back windows closed here. So that's it, pretty much, in a nutshell. I'll go ahead and I'll close this. On the front, we have a similar system on the front, but I'll go ahead and I'll show you. It's a little bit different, but pretty much the same thing. I'll turn the camera around and show you what we've got going on the front there. All right? Okay, so now I'm in the front of the van, and like I said, we do have a system where we use Reflectix and the Roadtrek supplied curtains or window coverings. And the one thing about like I said, on the Roadtrek coverings that come with the van is that during the day light does come through here. At night they're not bad, but during the day light will come through here. And this particular covering, you have to lower the window, flip this little rubberized piece at the top over the window, and then close it again to secure it down. It is Velcroed in like this in the back, so that works pretty well. But again, you know, Reflectix works pretty well, and it blacks out, you know, pretty much all the light. You might get a few little, you know, cracks in there of light coming through, that sort of thing, but it really does work pretty well. I did the same thing for the upper windows here. Roadtrek does supply the plastic covers like this. This goes like this. Get this right here. And goes like that. So that blocks out most of the light coming through. And I cut out Reflectix so you can put this up in here, and you can even use both if you want. So you can push these back up in there and close that like that, and that really blocks out all the light coming through here. Again, I glued some material on here to make it a little bit more homey. Here's my other pieces here. This is for the left side. This is for the right side. There we go. We'll get this in here. There we go. That's pretty good. That does a really good job. You know, it blocks out all the light here. You know, if you really want things dark. The other thing is, this particular road track came with a windshield system called the Eclipse, and the Eclipse is a system you can buy on Amazon. I've seen other people use it for just regular cars, regular vehicles, or whatever, and it's a simple system where you glue little, I don't know what you call them, little tabs or whatever that kind of hold the screen itself onto the inside of the glass. But primarily what you do, they're real simple. It's just like a window shade is what it is. You just pull this out like this, go like this, and close it like that. Pull that down, and put that there. Oh. And like that, voila. You know, that's pretty nice. Cool thing about that is that it just stores on the side of the windshield, and that's where it lives. So you can just close this anytime you want. You know, if you're at a grocery store or, you know, going shopping or something like that, and the sun is beating through the windshield, you can always close that and give it a little bit more protection and keep it a little bit cooler inside the van. So that's that. And then last but not least, we have like curtains, and a lot of people use curtains or make up curtains for the inside of their vans. We bought some from Walmart, just a cheap Walmart brand, in a nice, beautiful gray, which I love. And of course, this just comes across here on both sides, so you can even block out more light at night. You can pull this across like this, and that closes like that. Give you a little bit more privacy, and I think that works out pretty well. So yeah, that's what we do for you know, blocking out the sunlight or trying to keep the van dark at night. My wife likes it nice and dark. I even have to put little stickers on all the little lights on the microwave. What else? On the propane detector, smoke detectors up here, there's no light on that, but anything that casts a light, the TV, I think it has a light on it, so we have to block all that light off because she likes it totally black. I don't care myself. I mean, I can go to sleep probably with the shades up and I just close my eyes and I just deal with it. But that's me, you know, everybody is a little bit different how they prefer to sleep. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and have a good day. I hope that everybody stays safe tomorrow, and that the predicted storms for tomorrow are not as bad as they are, but we definitely want to take precaution and do what we can to stay safe and protect our property. Okay? Take care, and thanks for watching.